labor. So that's why there's more, I mean, I get asked that question, why is this one more expensive than the other one? So I wanted to say that, but.
That's a good point.
So does that absorb like iron or anything if that were to be in a shower? Is that something that, does it
Like on a
absorb?
shower base or...
You can do shower
Yeah.
walls.
You can do shower walls, but you can't do a shower base.
Well, just the walls, I mean, but if you
Yeah.
had really a lot
Like
of iron in your water,
water.
does it absorb that iron?
It's going to be just the same thing as like a any kind of composite sink. I mean, you can get it out. I mean, it'll come off.
And I think the lighter the color is, the more you're going to see
Right,
that.
right.
So the darker the color,
With the one advantage with the Corian, that is, if it doesn't come out, you
You
could
can
have
buff
somebody
it.
come
You can
out.
always
and
Buff it
buff it
out, yeah. So it's a little porous then.
Yes.
It can. I mean, it's non-porous,
not,
but it
yeah,
can
I don't
stain.
use the word porous.
It's no, it's non-porous, but it can stain.
But it can stain. I mean, I've ran into situations like I've had a customer and she was canning tomatoes and she had red down in the sink. I mean, all she did was buff it out and clean it up and it looked brand new.
And you can have it buffed out professionally, like you can have one of our guys come out and buff it out, or you can, I mean, if it's a small spot, you know, and it's somewhere it's not as noticeable, you can take like one of those Scotch-Brite or, you know, something with a, not a real harsh scour, but you can kind of buff it out yourself. Now you're going to have like a mar there, so if you don't want just that one area, you know, but you'd have to have the whole thing. But you can, you know, for the time being, just buff a little spot and then have the whole thing buffed out.
I know there are little kits, especially with Corian, they'll have like the buffer, and it actually has where you can kind of take that mar out as well too. We've been asked this actually just this past week. We both ran into the two customers had said that their Corian had a polish to it.
Oh yeah.
And it threw me because I didn't want to tell her that she was wrong. And I don't know what Angie said to her customer, but there's no Corian that has a polish. Not like your granite or your quartz where you see your reflection from the lights or anything. And we ended up sending one of my gentlemen out to take a look at it because I just wasn't sure what she was talking about. But it's going to have a matte finish. I mean, this is kind of a real good example. There's really no true sheen to it.
If
You
you have-
see a little bit of reflection.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have anything else up next to it, it kind of looks like it has a high polish on it, but you know, when we see this stuff every day, we don't think it does. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what both of our customers were
Yeah,
kind of talking
and
about.
we've been asked if you can put a polish on it because it's not porous. I mean, you can put it on there, but it's going to wipe right back off. I mean, it's not going to absorb right into it. Martha?
Yes.
Can they not buff it to give it more of a sheen or leave it all?
They can, when they buff it, they can buff it to have a little bit of one, but it's not going to be like a
It's
granite.
not gonna be like a
polish,
granite.
yeah.
But there is an option for that.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how high tech the guy's buffing it is, I would assume.
Depends on how much polyester.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, I thought, I was told that on mine that I could do that.
It's not permanent though.
It doesn't stay.
You're right.
If you want it sheen, you have to have it rebuffed.
Yeah.
Periodically.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still do nail polish
Uh-huh.
on a Corian top, and it's ruined. You can see that. Can that be buffed out, or do I have to have a brush and buff it out?
I mean, I would probably. How big is your spot?
Well, it's about like this, but it took the sheen
Yeah.
out of it, you know, it made it dull.
Yeah.
And also that same countertop shows a lot of scratches. And,
Is it
you know,
which-
it's in a bathroom,
I was
so
gonna
there's
say,
a lot of lighting
Your
on
light
it.
is gonna. That's something. Yeah, I would probably have it buffed out.
Have professionally buffed. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it yourself, but when you buff it, you're gonna take all your sheen off of it. You're gonna make it matte, the whole entire thing matte.
So
like
really,
matte.
basically, you have to buff the whole thing, or you're still
Yeah.
gonna have a very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
When
honestly,
you that
that funeral
difference.
polish did a number on it, just, because it was
I have
acetone.
I have a culture
It
marble
had-
top,
yeah.
and it did the same thing to mine. So.
Did you use remover to take it off?
The remover?
Yes, take the nail polish?
No, it's fingernail polish remover.
That's
Okay.
what- yeah,
okay.
I was thinking the
It-
same
yeah.
thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry,
Mhm.
yeah, with the acetone.
George, did you have a question?
No.
Okay.
Does anybody else have any questions about Corian?
Edge profiles.
Edge profiles, that's a good point. actually, we just got this, which is very handy. Edge profiles can come in a lot of different edging, as you see there. We have the edge profile, which is around our Corian here, as well as on the back half there. The nice thing with the Corian is there's no flat caps like you do with laminate, so you can go all the way around, just like where Lee's sitting. You kind of see the raised bar. There's no flat caps.
You can pretty much do anything you want. So you can have inlays in with like a different color inlaid in there if you want. Haven't done that in quite a while. But
So there's not a lot of limits to our edge profiles with the Corian, like you would have with the laminate. Anybody else have any questions about Corian?
Just going back to the durability issue again, we have experience with that in the bathroom and have no problems with it, but we've never had the kitchen environment. How does it survive the kitchen?
I think it holds up. It holds up really well.
Pretty well.
My only, this is my personal honest opinion. I'd feel bad as a salesperson if I didn't tell you this at some point, but I mean, you can see right on this, and this doesn't even get used as a full kitchen, but the darker colors are going to scratch more. I mean, you're going to see, it's like a white line in them. So that's my only issue with Corian, is that it scratches faster than anything else.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Anything else?
Okay, I think we'll move on. We'll move on to boards.
Granite.
You want to go granite? We'll go to granite.
Kind of stay in line with the price, kind of. Well, granite. That's this big top here, which if we didn't have everything on it, you could see how beautiful it is. This is the one thing that I think every single person that walks in here, well, most people love this piece when they see it because of the big pattern movement that's on it. There's a big diagonal vein that runs through this, and it's a gorgeous piece. Unfortunately, it was so popular, it's all gone out of the mountains, and they can't get it anymore. But we have two pieces in here that are like that. When you show them, people like them, and they're gone. So the other one is that vanity right back down there behind you. So they're both lighter colors. Lighter colors go faster. I think they're just more popular. A lot of people like the lighter just because their cabinets are wood and usually are darker or so. They like lighter countertops with it. But granite is all complete natural stone straight out of mountain. They go and they slice up the mountain, and that is the slab that gets put right on your countertop. They, of course, polish it and buff it and put an edge profile on it, but pretty much it is straight out of the ground. The reason that it has like rust color in it or dark spots or veining or movement is because of what the rain and the acid from the rain and the elements have all done to the mountain. It's all just solid rock. So we have a bunch of different colors of granite. We've got more in the other room. It was hard to, our selection room in the other room is so small. We would have had it in there because that's where everything was, but it was so small we had to bring everything in here, but we could bring everything because we just didn't have enough room. But afterwards we have more stuff, like on solid surface, I meant to say this back, I'm sorry I'm going backwards, but solid surface, we did only bring Corian out here. We have 5 other different solid surface lines if anybody's interested in seeing what those are and the colors and all that kind of stuff. They're all in the other room. Same as granite. There's millions of pieces of granite, and we have them all in the other room as well. We just brought what we could loosely in here. And going on that, one thing that I've ran into a lot this week alone is that granite, they come from other countries. There's only one color, 2 colors, maybe. I think just one color that comes from the U.S. All the other color comes from other countries just because of the land that they have. But all the colors, like in this one right behind you, I'm sorry. This golden ice, the supplier, Stone Design, that supplied this board for us, they call it golden ice. Well, the original name that came from the actual mountain is called snowflake. Everything on this board is usually called something else. So